Welcome back to another video on my VdW magic safe. In this video I will be replacing the fluorescent tubes, apologies for the flickering there by the way, two LED tubes. So there's one behind this light I believe, that will be coming out, and also I do need to clean the back of it really because I don't know if it'll pick up on camera, but it does look a bit dirty, but that's coming from the back I think. There's two there that I can change. Yeah, that still needs bearing looking at. Then there's one behind here which doesn't work, which I'll also be changing. So how I'm going to do these two anyway is just take the signs off. These are spotlights here. I don't actually have the correct ones to change these yet, but I will do that. So it's just going to be the fluorescent lights today. I still need to LED upgrade all of these. I need to, that's not the original start button as mentioned, that is there, that's the original graphic that's supposed to be on it. So I will change that. Furthermore, this stop button needs to be fixed as well. So I'll also be doing that at some point. So yeah, go and get the lights, the tools, and we'll make a start. We will have company in this tutorial from Colin. So let him do his thing, which is going around sniffing the carpet I've put down here and going into restricted areas of Monkland slots. Yeah, we'll turn a blind eye to that for a minute. First things first, we need to remove this sign here, which I'm going to get a screwdriver and unscrew that so we can do so. So I will do that now actually. Let me just go and get my screwdriver. So I'll take that out because that'll be the best way to access the lights. There is a door to this, but I don't have the keys for it, and I don't fancy trying to break the locks off because the lights will just be behind this. So it's a matter of remove the old ones and add the new ones. The screw's a bit stiff. Not anymore, just apply a little bit of pressure to it. I'll move the camera there a little bit. In fact, I'll get one of the tubs to put the screws in so I don't lose them. Well, I'll put them on top of the kiddie ride. So there's 8 of these screws I need to remove, so that's the first one out, then the second one, and then rinse and repeat until the roll off and the sign can be removed. One thing I don't understand is, this is the name of the game, the magic safe, and that's on the bottom, and then on the top is the instructions to how to play. So I'm not actually sure why they designed it like that, because you would think this would be on the top. Meanwhile, the other one should be here, the instruction sign. It doesn't make much sense. So then again, I don't really like to alter rare machines too much, so I might not change that. It depends how I feel. I might do, but I might not. I think they're of the same size anyway, so it is possible to do, but it depends on how I feel whether I want to do that or not. So we're halfway there. We've got 4 out of 8 screws out. In fact, just get these top ones first because they are slightly awkward because of the door. I could have opened the door, but I didn't bother to do so. thus far I've not actually removed this sign yet. I've removed the one on the top to try and put the fluorescent light back in temporarily, which it did work, and then it just went off. So either a faulty ballast or the bulb itself is dead. But again, it doesn't really matter to me too much because it's all getting changed today. So it's all slightly awkward screws to get out. Is that? So just one more, and then I'll remove that sign. Trust it to be the last one that won't go. Hang on, let's try some different screwdrivers for this. Slightly turned it, but not enough. Of course, it's got to be the last one. All of them were relatively easy to get out, so of course, it's got to be the last one where we have trouble. There we go. Again, same with the first one. Just push down on the screwdriver a bit, and then it'll turn. Though hopefully after today, after sorting this light out behind this, I won't have to remove this again, or at least not for a long time, because these bulbs do last. So it's out. There's no really gap between the wood and the sign though, so I might have to poke a little screwdriver in for that and pop it out. Don't want to do that too much though, because I don't want to risk damaging the sign. That's just one I've missed there. There's no screws I've missed. Colin, what are you doing? You can't go in the prize chute, mates. Oh, sorry there. It's loose. It's just there's no clearance there, so not sure what to do unless there's a way behind the chute, which I can't reach my arm in there enough, I don't think, to remove it. What do I do? Because there'll be a light behind that, no doubt, so in fact I have an idea. Let me turn the camera off and reposition it, because what I can do is actually open that door, reach the arm behind it and push it out, so bear with. Right, here we go. Whoa, way to drop a sign. Oh well, it's out and it's not damaged, so that's the sign out. And there is the light. So how I get to, I don't know where the wires are to that actually, so I'm not sure, but behind this sign, so what I can do is tamper with that lock and get this door to open, which might make life a little bit easier for us. Furthermore, it needs a bloody good clean back here, because you can see where the dirt is now on this sign. It's is a bit minging, or rather, actually, does this match here? More so, does it look good there? It looks awkward, actually, in my opinion. Looks awkward because I'm so used to this being here, so to be honest I might leave that. This, on the other hand, can go on musical chairs for now. So that's the sign there. So what I can do is mess with that lock maybe a little bit, get it to open. Need to get this out first. There we go. I wonder what's behind there actually, because that might make it a bit easier now to get a screwdriver behind that and open it. I might not film that part because it's going to be extremely awkward, and to be honest, I'd rather, if it's going to be awkward, I'd rather just do that off camera if that makes sense, because yeah. So I'll be back in a minute when I've sorted this out. So I've managed to get it off. What I did is I just bumped it with a screwdriver there, so I've bent that slightly just so I can get it off for now. Can bend it back into place when I put it back. So I'll show you what's in here now. So there's not really a lot to it, just a bit of empty space there. So here's the wires. There's the wires we're going to be using to put the new lamp in. Here's the ballast. Oh, it's dirty in here. Yeah, call me lazy, but I'm probably not gonna clean this part. Not sure. I'll get the light done first and clean this bit here, because I'll never go back in here really after this in this part. Light. So what I need to do is I need to get this ballast off here, which needs to remove the cover where the screws are, and then just pull it out really. Can be a bit ruthless with that, to be honest, because this will never be used again. It'll get binned. So just pull that off. There is some screws there which I will now remove. Just hope they're not as awkward as some of them to get the sign off. So I'll start with this side. The good thing is we can reuse these screws to for the brackets for the new lights. So that's a W in my eyes, because I don't actually have any spare screws to do that with. I'm relying on the screws that are being used for these ballasts here, or to hold them into place. So that's one thing that I'm going to do. Rather than let them go to waste, I will reuse them. Yeah, these wires here are going to have to be cut, which I'll do now. Get that out of the way. So get my wire cutter and cut them off. Though those might be a bit big, but I haven't brought scissors down here, so I'll have to make do. They're a little bit long, I think, anyway. Well, like I say, we'll make do with this. Get that through here because this closes. Where do I want to cut it? I'll say about here. Get all three of them in at once. There we go, that's cut there. Thread that through the ballast there, so those are free. I'll wire those up to the new lights in a moment. What I'll do first is actually remove the ballast, give it a clean, and then put it in. Because this area where there's a light behind it and the sign, you know, I would like that to look nice. So in order to do that, I am going to have to clean it. Honestly, you should have seen I think you did. I'm not sure if I actually made a video when I first got it of how dirty it looked in the inside, but it was honestly really dusty. So I think it was actually due to dirt in the connectors why the LEDs along the side there that move in a sequence wouldn't work. So there's that. Oh, nearly knocked the camera there. My bad, but this ballast is now out. We no longer need it. So that will be being deposited into the bin. So we'll just throw them out. Need them no more. And I'll get something to clean this. It's just wood. I have glass cleaner because when I'm done with this, I'm going to clean up everything anyway. Well, all the machines, they do need a clean actually. So use that. This could do with a bit of a clean now. Let's just wipe that off there. Make that actually look presentable. There we go, that looks better. Now the side ones I can probably get away with because you don't actually see that part, but here I kind of do have to do, otherwise it's just going to look grotty and I don't want that. I actually want the machine to actually look nice. So there's that. That looks a bit cleaner. In fact, to be honest, I could probably do with getting the sides a bit here as well. That looks a bit cleaner. So next thing to do is I'm going to get one of the tubes out of the box and put that in. So now we've moved on to the next part, which is, well, firstly adding the brackets for these new lights. So that's precisely what I'm going to be doing. So it's a bit smaller than the other one, but it's the best size I could get, really. So need to figure out where the bracket's going to go. So I'm going to say about here for this one. See that it's come with its own screws, so we'll try those to start with, and yeah, we'll see if it likes my screwdriver to start with, which it does. So we'll use them, and I can save the other ones for a different time. So I think it's going to be best to put them about here. So that's where the first bracket needs to go, really. Bit wonky there. So put it onto a new bit, we're going to have to screw these into the wood itself in a different place. Oh, why am I? Yeah, reason being, the gap between the current holes, you know, are too long. Oh, come on. This is not one of my strong points, by the way, screwing screws into a new piece of wood without the holes already present, but it's doable. It's just not very easy. Just hold it in place. You can't really see what I'm doing too well there, so my apologies, of course, but yeah, there we go. That really needs to go in all the way, otherwise it won't clip. Well, the light won't clip onto the thing there. Will it not be easier to use another screwdriver now? Maybe this one isn't the best, but let's see. No. Extreme worst case scenario, super glue exists. I know that's not the best option, but gotta do what you gotta do, I guess. Rather save ruining the screw by chewing it, because this screwdriver is clearly too big. Let me go and fetch another one. Furthermore, I can get a Sharpie so I can mark the so I can mark where the screw locations are supposed to go. Decided to revert to my original plan by using the screws because they're bigger and easier to screw in. The other ones are a bit too small. I have brought my other screwdrivers down, which are smaller, but it didn't quite work out the way I wanted it to. So I've marked where that needs to go, the next clip. So I will now add it, well, screw it in. I think that should be alright there, hopefully. So you notice with this screw, they are a bit bigger, mind, but it is a hell of a lot easier to screw in. Those need to go in all the way, which we've done it. Hopefully those are aligned, which I think they are. So now what I'll do first is, because the LED tubes I'm using, you know, the wire on them can be unplugged and unplugged back in. With this, it has got a power lead to it, so I can put the tube there first, do the wiring, and then plug it in. But though we won't know until they all work when we test it at the end with all of them. So I can test them individually because they do come on a plug here. But what I'm doing is, because it's being wired into a machine, I've cut the plug off them, but I've left that one there until the last one so I can test each one individually. I've already tested this one's fine. So let's just actually fit it into place for now. which is probably the most simple part of the entire thing. Like so. There. In fact, I can get an extension lead, or can I? It's underneath a chair, so too much hassle. Because I could just plug that in and just see what it looks like there. Isn't looking exactly clean. There are a few little spots on the tube there, so let's just wipe that off. There we go. So I've already tested that with a mains plug. That works. So the next job I need to do now is wire this up to the other wire I've got. Well, the wire for the light into this. So I will now do so. So yeah, that's so to it, you know, that's what we need to do. So I will now do that. We don't need to worry about the earth one, considering the plug it comes with doesn't have an earth, it's just a lamp. It doesn't exactly need one. Do need to get this cable tie off, because that's going to be a little bit of trouble otherwise. See if we can do it without damaging the wires, which I should be able to do, hopefully. Yeah, what's going to be easier, because I've already caused a slight bit of damage there, is just cut it from there. This wire is relatively long, so is the cable one, so we can be a bit flexible with it. So there's that. So what I need to do now, strip these back so they can actually go onto the chop blocks that I have. Like so. So that's the live wire. So the neutral one now we need to strip back. We don't need to worry about earth, because these lights don't have an earth, they're just lights. Might have done that a bit too long, but there we go. So there's that. Actually, I should store them there. We don't want to get dust on these, because it'll make a poor connection, so therefore the lights won't work. So where can I store them? I'll just hang them outside of the machine for now, while I just grab a pair of chop blocks to wire that up with. Because the ones I get, or all of them you get rather, come on a big row. I dropped one of my tubs, but thankfully it was the one without any screws in it. Tip of advice, don't try and cut top blocks on top of a kiddie ride. That's my advice for this video anyway. Another tip of advice, like I've seen you've already done, which I haven't mentioned before, you probably already know, but for safety and liability reasons I do need to mention this. Always make sure the machine is unplugged before doing anything like this, because these are mains wires, 240 volts. You get a zap off them, it is not nice. So that's pretty much it. So what I'm going to do now is actually put that back. We don't need that earth wire anymore really. Is connect up these sides. These are fairly big chop blocks, so this might be a bit difficult to actually feed them through. In fact, really I should. Don't have a flat surface really to do this on, so just got to make do with what I've got really. Alright, it's in place there. If I can hold it in place, that's sound. If that comes undone, I'll have to redo it. Yeah. This might take a couple tries. That might work. If not, we can always go back and try it. I might have to test it now with this part first, just to make sure that sounds. If it's not, then I will obviously have to repair that, or rewire it rather. No point, bodging it if it's not going to work. Best off getting it right first time. Well, that blue one's definitely in, is it not? Yeah, might be because I've cut it too long. Just a slight tug on it. Don't yank it. That live one is not okay, so we need to redo that. For simplicity's sake, because it's basically the same on the other side, and it's probably going to be easier. I'll switch off the camera when I sort the other side out, the wire lights. That should be fine where it is, as long as it doesn't move. That should be fine where it is now. So I'll turn this off, wire the light wires in, and then, because I'm not sure about this, I'll test it before continuing, because if it's not right, I need to make sure it is right, of course. It's all wired up now, so no good having the wires dangling from outside the machine. We need to put them in. Just plug that in there. And then I will test that now, make sure that's, double check that works before we carry on. If I can find the kettle lead for it. Just have to flick the switch inside the machine.
Wanna play? Get credits by introducing.
That actually looks quite nice. That's what the whole machine's going to look like eventually. So just for show, before I clean it and put it back on, let's see what it's going to look like with this on. As always, when I do an LED upgrade, much better. I quite like that. So what I'll do now is, of course, I will clean this. So where am I going to take you while I do that, or can I do it here? Not really, because it's on the tripod. Unless I do it like this. Back to the front. How can I even say that backwards? East, ifas, kijam. Yeah, that's how you say magic safe backwards. Obviously, I probably butchered it, but those who speak fluent backwards language or backwards English, let me know your take on it in the comments. Well, not the comments, sorry, yeah, pronounce it, or ignore that part anyway. This part now. It's a bit grubby. Needs a good scrubbing, that's what it does. That's what it does need. It's got one. Just flip it round the way it's supposed to go. Much better. Obviously, because the fluorescent light was a bit longer, it doesn't shine the whole thing because it's quite close, but nonetheless, I'm quite happy with that. I do need to clean the front bit as well, but I'm not going to bother with that for now. What I'm going to do now, I won't film this because you've already seen this process the other way, is screw that back on. I need to obviously put that door back on, but the next part, I want to say these actually, we'll work our way up. We'll start there, then do them lights, and then that one on the top. Next job to do is get these horrible things out. Again, there's two of them, so there's that. Don't know why it has two, but I've bought 4 LEDs, so I'll put 2 LEDs in. Every fluorescent tube in the machine I'll be replacing. So first things first, again, unplug it. Safety. Unplug it by the back, so I can't get an electric shock at all. Next, get these out because I don't need them anymore. Get out. We don't want you. You're horrible. You take up too much electric. You're warm. You get warm pretty too easily, and you flicker when I try and do videos for my YouTube channel. People don't like flickering, so you've got to go. Now, the next thing we need to do is just basically the same as last time, so no need for an explanation. Take this cover off and unscrew them. And I don't have to really be too careful with it, considering that it's not going to get reused. And maybe be a bit ruthless, but maybe not too much, because well, that makes things easier. Just kind of pulled it out of place there. Yeah, this isn't particularly the safest way to do it. There's that. So I pretty much pulled it out of place. I do need to unscrew them screws though, so I'll do that. And yeah, need to cut those wires as well, because I'm going to need to reuse those in order to wire up the LEDs. So I'll get my wire cutter and let's cut them. Might be a bit difficult considering I haven't properly taken the thing off there. Now, for some reason there are 2 of these wires here, so it wasn't like that on the other one. Might be able to cut them from here rather, because both of them are long. I'll probably put the new LED wire through this hole here, so that'll probably make it a bit easier. That's that. Pull those up and get rid of this because we no longer need it. To repeat again with the other ones. That won't actually be able to be reused, which I don't care because I wasn't going to reuse them anyway because I broke that there basically. Is that gone out of frame a bit? Yeah. Well, might be a bit easier now considering that I haven't pulled it fully out, so I can unscrew these. Yeah. Bit more of an obstacle this time because the prise arms are in the way. That's fallen. Prize 1, a screw, wherever it is. It's down here. Yeah, that's coming anyway, so that's going to come off. So pulled those out, same operation, cut the wires. I haven't got a lot of space to do this. Pull those up and get rid of this. The See, I'll touch it, it's warm. The transformers are not warm, yeah. One of the reasons I don't exactly like to use fluorescent tubes. Not saying they're extremely dangerous or anything, they're just not my favourite form of lighting. Not modern enough either. So now hopefully it should be a little bit easier to get these screws out. So they do need to come out anyway. That's out, 2 more to go. The last one. That's them all out, so I'll get a tube and I'll work out where it's supposed to go, then fit it. Let's test it first with that plug I have. Yeah, that works. For simplicity's sake, I'll do the back first. So do that. Whoa, that's not ideal there. Crap. I've slightly graffitied the back there when I did not want to. Just have to quickly clean that off. Yeah, well, I can put a sign or something over that, cover it up. Right. Marked out where the clips need to go. So considering that's the boring part and you've already seen that part, I'll stop the clip for that, put those in, but I will record wiring them up, so yeah. Now for the fun bit, a lot of wires in here, but I will. We're going to wire it up. So you might not be able to see very well what I'm doing in this part, but I will. So exactly like exactly like I said I was going to do, actually. Put the chop locks in, if they'll even go in right, and wire it in, or screw the chop locks in so there's a connection, and then hopefully that means the light will shine. I'll only film this part, sorry, just simplicity's sake, because the second part will basically be the same as this, so yeah, not really much point. Then I'll film doing the top bit, and then obviously film me testing it all, make sure it all works, so then that'll be it then. We'll get the spotlights in the display bit done as well, but that might be its own separate video. It's not in. It's one thing I absolutely hate about these chop blocks sometimes. So they don't go in right. And I'm not very good at soldering wires either, nor would I attempt to in this situation. This situation, the most convenient way is to wire chop blocks in. Right, that should be in. Yeah, that's all right there. So I'll wire up the second set of LED lights off camera because it's basically the same as this one. And then I'll do the top and then test everything. Given that these are link lights, it does include a cable. So with the wiring I've already done there, if I just plug this into it, this will link it. I'll have to try and disguise that wire somehow. Well, that's a worry about it later scheme. Firstly, because that's quite close to the door, let's see if it closes properly without crushing that, which it does. So let's see what it's like now. I'll just quickly test it to make sure that that works, all of them. So we still got light down the bottom one.
Wanna play?
And both of those are shining. Lovely.
Flashing red arrow.
No flickering
Push
either.
on start.
Yeah.
The magic save will show a 4-digit code for you to
Yeah,
copy.
I'll
Push
probably
once
get
on each stop button.
probably have
and
to
the
get
lower
those little
digit
clip
equals
things
the upper one.
that you use for wires, and just try and hide that in a way. But then again, if you look this way, it doesn't look bad, but I do need to do that eventually because it does look a bit tacky there. So the next thing I need to do is get this off and have a look in the top there and sort that light out as well. So we've made it all the way to the top now. So the thing I really need to do is take this out. To elevate the LED light, I probably won't remove the ballast. Instead, I'll just cut the wires there. So let's do that. If I can get this in here, I've got enough space to chop them. Which it would appear I might not. Might not have enough space to do this. Like that. Oh dear. Can't really see what I'm doing. Apologies. I think it's not right by the cutter, is it there, for a start? Oh dear. It's just, whoa. Okay. Cut some there. Down to the last one. Not the best angle, I know, but there we go, did it. We don't have that much space to work with though. Yeah, might have to cut that cable tie to get it through this clip here because I'm not going to be able to fit my screwdriver through to do that. So I'll cut the film for that now because that's going to be too much hassle. I'll get it back on when I put the LED in and start wiring that one up. This is by far going to be the most awkward one to do here, so bear with me if you can't see it properly, but I haven't got a lot of space to work with this one. So what we're doing is I've already wired these, needs 2 of them. Now I'm going to put the light wires through and see where we get with that. Yeah, you're not going to be able to see that very well. They've already come out. This is going to be a right bugger to do, and I already know. Do this first one first. I sincerely hope that's in, which it is. So now we'll get the blue wire in. Connect to that. We'll make sure it is connected, which it is. That's good. So there's that. I don't really need any clips for this one because I'm just going to rest it on the ballast here, the lights. Not sure how I'm going to connect this now using the camera in one hand while getting it on camera. It's going to be a bit of an awkward shot. There. That's on. All we need to do really is I guess it might be fine there. Right, moment of truth testing it. Here. Rather test it now, make sure it works, rather than after just put it back together, test it, realise something don't work and then do it again. Do it now while the sign's off. Yeah, that speaker's being a bit faulty.
Push on start. The magic safe will show code for you to copy. Once on each, on the lower digits equal true. Get credits by introducing the flashing red arrow. Push start. The magic safe will show a 4-digit code for you to copy. Push 1, hit the button on the lower, the upper one.
Had some people mention it might be the connection to the speakers, but I really don't think it is. I think it is the speaker itself that is at fault.
You want to play? Get credits by introducing points on the flashing red arrow. Start. The magic safe will show a 4-digit code for you to copy. Push once on each top button when the lower digit equals the upper one.
As long as that behaves now, that should be fine. But yeah, this light works. That's what this video is about. That one down there works. Those two there work. And I need to change them ones yet. Same with the button ones. So I'll put the sign back on and I'll show you what it's like now. Now all the lights are in. Alright, so we have the LEDs in. I've got the spotlights now. So before I wrap this video up, I will change those. That is extremely hot, so just gonna practically burn myself while I get that out. Yeah, another non-LED light that I don't want to use, so we'll do away with that. You alright, Colin? Just mind out the way there. Just put this on the bench full of the old used parts that are basically scrapping. Gonna put these LEDs in now.
Are you fast?
Pretty simple to do, just screw them in.
Take your chance.
Probably do it taking some of these prizes out, to be honest. These are multicolour changing ones as well, so if I install the app on my phone, I can change it to different colours or colour sequences, like LED strip lights, like what I have on the side of some of my claw machines. So get the second one out. That's flashing. I don't think it's supposed to. Yeah, I think that's part of the sequence. I think anyway. Let's get this one in. Yeah, I think it's supposed to do that because that's in pretty well. So I'll install the app on my phone and show you. apologies to those who don't like flashing lights. So yeah, that's that. That's epic. And this is the app now. We can turn it off, turn it on, change the color sequence.
Are you fast?
So if we just spin this around, it changes the color.
Win fantastic
We can set the scene. We can have it music synced as well, but I'm not sure if I will do that. Nah, don't know. Access microphone. Yeah, but I need my phone here. Oh, it's actually doing it to my voice. Yeah, it is. Madness. So there's that. I'll set it to the light sequence I want, and I suppose you'll see it in the next video. So thank you very much for watching, and I will see you all next time. Goodbye.